Welcome to the show. That's a good one.
That was great. Welcome to Mess Hall with Jamie, Rowan, and Andrew Youngblood.
That's me. She's Jamie, if you're just getting that.
I'm Andrew.
There we go. How was your week?
It was fine. It was uneventful. I feel like, can we talk about things that have happened? Because
why couldn't we? We don't. There's no goddamn rules to this podcast. We take some calls. We talk about our week. We do ASMR when we're not recording, or when we're recording. Oof. There's no rules here.
Yeah, now it's not stopping. Please don't.
That's my favorite sound.
Please.
You got to pick one sound effect. What is the one? This is my favorite because it grosses everyone out. Is the.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
It sounds like
so bad.
It sounds like some nice finger blasting.
I just want some peaceful, just like the.
It is good. I'm gonna fall asleep.
It's so nice though.
If you had some leaves.
God, it's nice. No, but I wanted to talk about the Super Bowl. I wanted to talk about things that are happening, and that kind of gives away
where we are in life, or like the time. I don't think we're hiding what year it is. I lost money on the Super Bowl. You want to talk about that?
I mean, are you a big gambler?
Well, it depends what you mean by big.
I mean,
I am fat and I gamble. So yes, I'm a big gambler.
Have you mortgaged your house?
No, not yet. Luckily, my career is going up enough with my gambling addiction.
Humble brag.
I get like free rooms. I don't mean to brag, but I get free rooms at casinos. So that means they know a sucker when they see one, and I'm a sucker. That's for sure. Okay. So yeah, not great, but I do like gambling. I enjoy gambling. I'm fine.
Wait, you lost money though?
I've lost. I've won. I've done both. But yes, on the Super Bowl, I lost money.
You guessed that Rihanna wasn't pregnant.
That was something you could bet on. Oh my God. You know what? I'll talk about this because all my fucking, first of all, I am a libtard, but all my libtard friends were losing it about Rihanna being pregnant. And they're like, yes, and that's fine. But right before, they were all posting about like, Rihanna's looking heavy. And they're like, one was like, I hope she's pregnant. Who cares if she's pregnant? Who cares if she's pregnant? Let her be fat. If she was just fat, then that would have been fine too. But fuck you, because you're like, I hope she's pregnant. And then they're like, thank God she's pregnant. I'm like, thank God. Fuck your ass.
I don't want to get political. I did not expect this to be the direction we went, but your libtard friends were talking about how she looked chunky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's body shaming.
I agree.
And by the way, why does anyone have to be... Can we all just agree that... I think that that's overblown in the media. Can we all just agree that we're not libtards, we're not crazy right-wing conservatives, most
Well, you are a crazy right-wing conservative.
What?
And
Can we stop? Can we not make that a thing? That is not true.
I know, I'm kidding.
That is not...
a joke. But doesn't she look like it? Like a little bit?
What are you talking about?
Like a little bit. Ben, if you had to guess what each one of us were, just looking at us, what would it be? You had to get one guess. What am I?
I might go with liberal for both. I'm sorry.
Okay.
See?
All right. Well, Jamie's Ben's favorite, and I can tell. But
I could see her swinging on the line.
Yeah.
Well, I do. So I do swing on the line, but I think everybody does. I think most people are like practical, logical people.
Yeah.
And it's not
no, stay in the middle. I didn't say don't go far either direction. Let's stay right in the middle. That's where I like to be.
It's not how it seems. Everybody's so supposedly upset, for example, that Rihanna was wearing red. A lot of people are saying that was satanic. And then the guy who performed at the Grammys, Sam Smith, that was satanic. It's like nobody.
Everything is satanic. That's what I mean. That's the argument. I will say that's where the right really loses a lot of people. I think.
But nobody really thinks that. That's the joke.
Well, the crazy people do though.
Two loud people that get attention. Most of us are just like, yeah, whatever.
Well, you say us. See, are you sure you're
no,
not?
I'm saying most of us that aren't saying that are like, this is not a big deal. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. No, red is not satanic. That's crazy.
I'm an atheist. Like, I I mean, yay for. I was writing in my notes app this week something about Satanists eating a hot dog on a stick in the mall, and
As
how
a new bit?
Yeah, well, let's not
No,
go over bits.
I'm not shitting on it. I'm just wondering. You can't say that and be like, "Yeah, I was thinking about this for a joke," but you just told me the most ridiculous premise. I'm like, "Where is it going?"
I'm just thinking about how people who make really intense like fashion and life choices and then have to go about their day doing normal shit.
Oh yeah.
How ridiculous that looks.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like if you're super like goth or like punk rock, and
Yeah,
then
it is.
you're
And then
in
you're
line
at a
at the
Cinnabon.
DMV.
Yeah, you can't eat a cinnamon bun with a dog collar on. It looks goofy. Yeah, I agree. But who are we to judge or shame?
No, it's great. It's just like you have to like then go about what do they feel when they're like ordering at Cinnabon?
I think they're thinking, I can't wait to eat this fucking cinnamon bun.
Yeah.
That's it. They don't have any different feelings than us.
Yeah, but they're like, fuck the man and Cinnabon's corporate.
Fuck the man. And also give me a cinnamon bun. I'll say that right now. Fuck the man. I eat McDonald's, obviously.
Cinnamon bun?
Yeah, I did say that. I'll eat a cinnamon bum right in front of you. I'll bring it right back to eating ass. Just
background.
Give me a cinnamon
to get away
bum.
from it
Nope.
every week.
I bring it up every time.
Did you ever work in the mall?
I worked at the mall. I worked at take a guess.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Let me just get a vibe.
And I tried to get a job somewhere else, and I couldn't get hired, even though they were paying me less. I still wanted the job, and they told me I was overqualified. Anyways, where do you think I worked at the mall?
I want to say it's going to be something. Is it surprising? Will I be surprised?
I don't know. I don't know what you think of me.
You worked at.
But I fell into the job.
You worked at the Hot Topic.
No, I fell into the job.
Is that like some weird pun that you're doing?
I fell into the job.
You fell into the job.
This is such a good hint that once I say it, you're gonna be like, I'm fucking stupid.
God damn.
Did you get it? I think Ben gets it.
It fell
In.
I mean, the batter of something? What is happening?
I worked at the Gap.
Oh, the
Fall
Gap.
into the
God
Gap.
damn
Come on.
it.
You got it, right? All right. Good. That was a
God
good
damn
hint. You were
it.
just.
It was a good
I
hint, but
know.
a little tricky.
Yeah.
I know.
No, I worked at the Gap. I was too ugly, so they put me in the back folding jeans.
You were folding jeans?
I was folding jeans. They finally let me go up front. I was very excited.
Do you remember your pay?
Maybe $7.25.
Oh, man. What year was this? Or like relate it to where you were in like
Life. Drinking a lot. 21 maybe. I was playing in a band.
Okay, that's fair enough. Then
Yeah. Real shitty job. I applied for a job at Hot Topic. My friend was the manager. He was the assistant manager, to be clear. And so then I met with the manager after whatever. And he sits me down. He goes, "Hey, man, we can let you work here, but you'll make like $5 an hour. And you're overqualified." And I really wanted to take it, but then they're like, "We're not going to give you many hours because it's just not worth it."
Look at you going and taking that offer and like pitting the Gap and Hot Topic
I
against
know.
each
Well,
other.
I didn't really pit them against it. I
was trying
just
to make
did
you
it.
sound
I
cool.
know. No, I didn't. You know what happened is they have a rule. Me and Shelby were in a band together. My friend who was the assistant manager. Hot Topic has a rule where if you're in a band, you can't work together because then you're both asking for the days off, same days off. Because they have so many people that work for bands work for them, I guess.
Is the Gap the worst job that you've ever had?
No way. I've had way worse jobs than that. I got a list. I got like, how many jobs do you think you've had in your life?
So I had a lot, not because, I had a lot starting young because I was in a strict household where I was like, I want money to spend on things I'm not supposed to buy. So I've had a lot of jobs.
Okay.
Maybe a dozen.
That is not a lot. You're in your 30s. I'm sitting at 30 jobs in my life at least.
I did have one job for 7 years of my life.
That's good. What was it?
It's so boring. This is not interesting at all.
Oh, come on.
That's not my interesting one.
Let's hear that one too.
So I think my worst job, I worked in the mall too. I worked at Victoria's Secret and I was amazing at selling the Victoria's Secret credit card to people who just like should not have credit.
I'll buy it right now.
I was so good at it. And I made $5.25 an hour. And then I would go on my lunch break and just buy an $8 chicken Caesar salad and a $4 coffee
Yeah.
from the Nordstrom Cafe.
That's the beautiful thing about working at the mall is that you make shit and then you go on your lunch break where you spend 2 hours of the shit you made and then you go back and you work because you don't get an 8-hour day, you get like a 5-6 hour shift. So then you drive home and you've made 2 hours worth of money in that time and you don't even realize it because you're spending the money you got in your pocket. The mall, what a nightmare and what a shitty, funny place to work. But
It's a broke ass job. They take advantage of you. Victoria's Secret was the worst. And then they give you the discount and then you spend all of your money on their product too. So it's just like kind of going back into their pocket. But my worst job of all, way worse than the mall, way fucking worse, was a call center doing telemarketing.
I did that once.
You did telemarketing?
Yeah.
It is the worst, but it's so easy to be good at because there are so many degenerates working in telemarketing that I got promoted within like 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, it's easy. You can be the top dog in 3 days.
1,000,000%. My manager was a coke addict and he was so good at his job. Like just energy for days, but you just have to have, I feel like it was the first thing that weirdly taught me resilience because it was like the worst, but you just have to get rejected all day and just keep picking up that damn phone and dialing the next number. I called one guy. I don't know if I should say what the company was, what I was selling.
Gives a shit. Are they going to fire you?
That's true.
You've moved on to bigger and better things.
So this was a big hotel company and I was selling vacation ownership.
Yeah.
You know?
Timeshare.
Timeshare.
What a scam.
No.
That's a scam.
Don't say timeshare. It is vacation ownership.
Okay, but that's only like because it was in the training manual, not to say timeshare.
Exactly. And they would tell us to lie in meetings. We would go into these company meetings and they would be like, I think I was like 19 at the time. And they were like, if they say they're exhausted and they have kids and they don't have time to talk to you, say, you get it. You're exhausted. You have kids. And I was actually pretty damn good at it. But I remember that one guy, it like made my skin crawl. It was so scary. He was just like not having it with me, trying to talk to him. And he said he was tired. He didn't have time to talk to me. And then he was like, I'm too busy. Fuck off. And I was like, you are busy, sir. It sounds like you could really use a break.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And he said, I'm gonna break you.
I like that.
And I was just like, fuck. I just
Did
hung
he hang
up.
up? Oh, you
hung up. I was scared.
Wow.
He got me. He was like, I mean, it was just perfect. And the
That
tone.
guy's awesome.
I can't even give you the voice that he gave me, but it just like chills down my spine. And I still think about that. That was the worst job ever.
It's pretty bad.
It was awful.
It's not a fun telemarketing. Is not a fun job. I did it. We did fundraisers though, but I'm pretty sure like I don't know if this money was really going to where it didn't feel like we were like raising money for the Super Bowl of giving, and it was like this like fucking biggest soup drive or canned food drive or whatever. But we'd call and ask for money, and I don't know where that money went, but based off the place that I was working at, did not go to anyone who needed that money. It was not great. And so I felt bad about that. The hardest job I ever did, I did for a long time though. I sold vacuums.
Oof.
Door to door.
Ugh.
Now that's some rejection right there.
But you have to, that is worse because you have to look people in the face as they reject you.
Oh, they slammed it right in the face. Slammed the door. I get yelled at. I got tossed out of houses sometimes. Just like, people are rude. And you get a whole pitch, which is all bullshit.
Are they rude or are you rude? Like, I felt like
I was just a college kid trying to earn college credit to clean a carpet, one room. You don't have to buy anything.
I mean,
That was my pitch. That's what I had to tell him.
No.
Every door.
By the way, did you do the like?
You don't have to buy anything at all. I get paid just to be here. That was my whole thing.
Before you even get to the speech, though, like think about it now. Think about the world we live in. Like if someone knocks on your door, you're like, what the No, you don't want anyone bothering you. You're in the middle
I
of
think it's-
jerking off or whatever you
Yeah.
do.
I think it's strange when you ring my doorbell and I know you're coming. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
I mean, you could have warned me not to ring your doorbell.
Well, no, I just think in general it's weird knocking anything that Sebastian Maniscalco has that's his best bit, hands down. Have you seen it?
I don't think so.
Well, there's YouTube, Sebastian Maniscalco. His biggest bit will probably be the first thing that shows up. It's definitely his best in my opinion. But it's basically about how like when we were kids and someone rang the doorbell when he was a kid. He's 80,000 years old.
It's it's
like he would
coming to
get
my
excited.
mind.
His whole family would be like, "Oh my god, we put on your clothes quick! Oh, we've got company!" And run to the door and be like, "Oh my god, it's the neighbor!" Blah blah blah. They're very excited, and now someone rings it and they're like, "What the fuck did you do? What's happening? Why is someone at the door?" Like it's a whole panic thing. And
My
it is-
memory is terrible, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
remembering it now, like as
Yeah,
you're saying it. Yeah.
But he did it way more animated than I did because he's like,
I mean, maybe back then, or maybe they're alone. That would happen. That this is even sadder when you call, or I'm sure maybe this happened to you too. When there's someone really lonely, and then they just keep you on the phone and they just want to talk to you. Like that is what I felt awful. I actually think part of the reason it's awful is because you do kind of feel like you're lying. Maybe because I was.
I will say what you want about the Kirby Vacuum Company. It's a whole weird pyramid scheme, but they make quality vacuums. They really are. Either I'm brainwashed or they just make a quality machine.
I mean, they made a quality machine. You're
I was pretty good.
You're still talking about how
I was good. 20 years old. I sold enough. They sent me to Vegas. All expenses paid, fucking badass trip. I got kicked out of casinos so many times because I was only 20. It kind of sucked.
and that's where the gambling problem
Yeah,
started.
yeah. I had fun. I made out with a girl. It was great. It was a good time. I loved it.
Kirby?
Oh man, so much fun. Little different boat trips. You could win cars and do all this shit. There was a while where like I had gotten promoted a couple times, and there was a little bit of my life where I was like, I'm going to own my own Kirby vacuum distributorship one day.
I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna own my own Kirby vacuum
I've
someday.
owned a couple, and I've actually was looking at one the other day. Problem is they're like $1,700, but they last forever. I don't know where mine went, but they last
the
forever.
pride with which he owned a couple Kirby vacuums.
I have. I worked for the company. Well, we had this thing where like you would. This is the craziest thing. The whole pitch about it, and they're great. The whole pitch about it is like it's a lifetime machine. You don't have to buy another vacuum the rest of your life. How often do you buy vacuums? Once, twice a year? Every 2 years.
You're literally obsessed. You're
I just
going
knows
back
how to
into-
sell people.
I just know how to sail.
I know how to sail. I'm a sailor. I was meant to sail.
You're a seaman.
Yes. Oh, I love seamen.
Just love it.
I forgot what we were talking about.
I took you into a pun, and I'm sorry, but
No.
it just was funny because you were just talking so. I mean, have you ever talked to about a woman with that much like intensity and passion as you just talked about Kirby vacuums? You really went
About
back
vacuums, yes. I talk to women about vacuums all the time because
and that's why
they
you get
know.
laid all the time.
Oh, no one's ever laid me.
Wah, wah. No, it.
This is when
I
you
got
zoom in
too-
and add a sound effect that goes boing, boing, boing.
That got too real. That was you. I think it's.
Listen, I do all right. I just want to throw that out there.
By the way, I just want to note that you were so concerned last week about dressing appropriately.
Yeah.
And you're like, I was dressed like a schlub the week before, and you're just back in your sweats, just owning
These
it.
aren't sweats. These are joggers. Those are very in right now. And this is a $70 hoodie. Sorry.
It's athleisure.
Exactly. I put the leisure in athleisure. No, you don't like that?
I love the idea that when I sit in silence and let you something that didn't work, you just burp.
I'm holding in burps 90% of my life.
Really?
Oh
I'm
my
genuinely
God.
not. I'm not trying to be like feminine. I always come back to bodily functions, but I will say I genuinely am not. Like it's not a concern for me.
That's crazy. The last girl I dated, I went like this, like I honked tits. I dated. She was like, when you fart around me, it's over. And I was like,
That's not true love.
and that's what I thought. but I've held in farts for days because we lived together. And I was like, yo, and then I would go to the bathroom. This is the most fucked up thing. This drove me insane. I would go to the bathroom, and then I would fart. I'll just go to the bathroom and fart. And then she would always be like, "You're always shitting." I'm like, "No, I'm just farting in the bathroom because I'm not allowed to fart around you."
If you're living together and doing that, that's a problem.
Well, comes from the we don't do anything fun couple.
I mean, we just know what we like. It's not
Missionary. We get it.
Okay.
We've talked
sure.
about it.
I don't need to defend it. I'm just saying, like, at least we are comfortable enough with each other where we're not living together and just like rushing into the bathroom and privately farting. That's so sad.
It is sad. I agree. But also, I don't fart around. Like, you ever hook up with someone and then like you end up staying at their house and you're like, well, should not have eaten those tacos.
Oh, for sure.
And then,
hookup is
and then you're like,
different.
in bed and you're like hooked up and you're like, all right, well, this is a small apartment, so I guess I'm gonna run the shower and see how loud that is while I'm in the bathroom.
Men don't have nearly.
I'll like turn on every fucking faucet and just like make noise, like sing a song or something. Like, oh, I'm fine in here, but I'm just really trying to shit. Like I'm holding my cheeks like apart. I can tell you've been through it. I'm holding my cheeks so far apart.
By the way, everybody does the cheeks apart.
And I'm
This is
just
not
like
unique to you.
hoping that it doesn't go.
That is night and day different what you're talking about. You're talking about a hookup. A hookup is totally different. And women have it way worse than men in a hookup because we have all the things we want to appear. I would like set my alarm and then make sure it's like earlier and get up
So you
and
go
like
shit.
well, and also just like fix the mascara and like
That's psycho.
and then lay in the bed and then be like look like a princess, like a when they wake up it's just like wow.
Do you know what would be more embarrassing than you waking up and being a little disheveled? Let's say in this, just for whatever, let's just say I woke up next to somebody, right? And they're disheveled. I'd be like, okay, whatever. We went out last night. I'm disheveled too. It's the morning. We had a good night. No one looks the same in the morning. Everything's fine. But what would be more embarrassing would be if I woke up at 4 a.m. and I went to the bathroom and you were in the bathroom fixing your fucking makeup.
No, you wouldn't know. Lock, water on. I do all the same things
I don't sleep
too.
good. I got sleep apnea. I'm waking up every 30 minutes no matter what.
But listen, it's just a hookup anyway. So ultimately, it doesn't matter that much. It's just vanity at that point.
It's still crazy that you can do your makeup in the morning.
Okay,
before.
It's easy for men to say. Men are just like,
I'm usually, aside from this podcast, I'm pretty well put together. When I'm out, I'm like, got my hair fixed. My hair, I wake up looking like Jimmy Neutron. It looks bad because I got shit in it. It's not good. So let's not make it a man and woman thing.
no, we want to see, there is more pressure on looks for women if we're just getting right down to it. There's more pressure.
Say that to a fat guy.
What? Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? What are you talking about?
There is,
Nobody likes fat guys.
okay,
like some crazy girls do, but nobody likes fat guys.
that compared to a woman who is overweight, it's so much harder for her.
No. Get the hell out of here with that. We're never going to convince me on this.
I'm not talking about Cosmo, the cover of Cosmo being.
I know what
like,
you're talking
woke.
about.
I'm talking about realistically, it is harder for those women.
You will not find a woman who can't get laid. You will find so many men that cannot get laid.
No, but we're just talking about the ultimate goal being different. I guess if we're talking about one night stands, true. But if we're talking about like finding someone who wants to be their life partner, like we're just talking about totally different goals.
Even then, even life partner wise, you can almost. Now here's the issue, and this is not going to make me look good.
No, people are judgmental and terrible, and they're just pretending not to be.
Yeah, I know, but
it still exists.
But I think people have like women a lot of times have some goals where they're like, their apartment is their fucking mattress on the ground with a fucking weird fucking polyamory fucking sheet hanging up with fucking the stars, and then
You're talking about one specific
I
person.
am not.
No, you are
I
talking
think
about
you are.
one
No, that is
specific
not.
person.
I don't know who. No, I'm not. I'm not. This is a very common thing.
Call in.
No, not at all. Because also, I'm not sure if you're alluding to someone I actually know, and that's not because that person I think's wonderful. but also, I've seen.
I wasn't.
Let's just say I've seen that set up before multiple times, and it not even have to be a polyamory thing. That was me being silly. But it was like, there's fucking candles everywhere. It's just like a fucking string light around the fucking thing. There's like
No,
you
I
have
get it.
like you gotta like that's your thing, and then you're like, yeah, he's got an old car, and you're like, bitch, you have a bike, and why is that they have unrealistic expectations as well, just as much. I say bitch too much on this podcast, I've realized. I don't think I ever say that to anybody.
If bitch is in your heart, I feel like it's because you're now talking like we're kind of
We're
like,
gossiping.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gossiping.
It's more of like a bitch please than like
Yeah.
a bitch as in a female. Just throwing that out there.
No, I was getting bitch please vibes
Yeah,
from you. It was
yes. And that's how I felt. And that's how I feel is that they have sometimes they have expectations that are too high for them. And when they have nothing, like you got to date kind of the same. I mean, you can date up, but just know that you're going to have to work for that. And it works both ways too. If I date the fucking hottest girl in the world, I know I'm like, really got to put that effort in.
We're saying the same thing. We're actually saying the same thing. I'm just saying on looks, it's more pressure on women. On many other things, there's pressure on men. I'm saying physical appearance, no matter what, Dove soap does, putting out a commercial with different body types, there is still more pressure on women in the reality of the dating world as far as looks. There's pressure. Listen, men have pressure in other ways, but women have more pressure still on appearance, 1,000%, no matter what, chicken soup for the soul, like yay, happy time story gets told. It's still a real thing.
I will say it is. Women have a tough go of it in general. I think that. I think you gotta. Yes.
I approve this message.
I think in general, overall, especially living in Texas, good luck.
I've got a good one from not Texas, but
yeah, but it's tough. I think in general, yes, there are beauty standards, there are things like that, but I think that there's an equal amount of real shitty shit for us guys too. And listen, when I say us guys, I'm actually not even including me in this group, which that doesn't make sense.
This podcast
but I don't
is
mean
about
like,
the plight.
I'm talking about the downtrodden, ugly dudes, and I am a big dude. I'm kind of fat, but I don't think I'm an ugly guy. I'm pretty lucky in general, and I also work really hard and am somewhat successful enough to not have to worry about that when I'm meeting somebody. No one's usually like, ugh.
This podcast
This broke
is about the
bitch.
plight of normal white dudes
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah, it does. I don't like standing up for guys in general.
I know it does. It's
It
like
feels weird.
You should be able to, though. I will even say you should be able to, but admittedly, in like the current world we live in, it's just
tough.
It's cringy when you.
They
do.
are the bad guys. In general, we are bad. We are the bad guys.
Yeah.
In general, because we're guys. It's literally bad guys. It's guys the qualifier. We do the most wrong for sure as a people. So it is tough to.
For sure, but you are. I feel like everybody should be. I'm all about the individual. Like everybody should be.
Yes, of course.
Judged on the content of their character, and the little bit that I know you, we're just still getting to know each other. The little bit that I know you, you're fine.
Yeah, I think I'm one of the good ones. All right, guys. I think it's time for us to take a call, give out some shitty advice, or at least do our best. Ben, are you ready with that?
Well, please, can we just say right now that if you're in a mess,
please call in. We need more of these
Please.
calls. We're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding. We've gotten a ton of calls. Too many. Please call in. The number is 832-744-9492. I think we're putting it on the screen. I can't remember where we are on that.
maybe reverse psychology, like it's a it's exclusive. We get too many calls. We don't know if we can fit you in.
Yeah, we'll try to fit you in. This person didn't call right before the show started. But let's go to our call and see what if we can help with somebody.
Hey, Andrew, I'm going through a hard time. I feel all alone in this world. I do my stand-up and I go skateboarding all the time, but nobody fucking makes me feel any better. I clean the house. I fucking drink water. It ain't working, dude. Fucking, I need help later.
Yikes!
I told you that this was going to be a tough one. We beeped out his name, but I know this person pretty well, and it's a tough one. But I think
Kill yourself.
Jesus, no, don't.
I'm kidding, of
yes.
course. Don't do that. Please don't do that, dear Lord.
I think that you're probably this is a thing that everyone's heard 1,000 fucking times in life. But even when you said, no one's making me feel any better. That's the fucking problem. Is no one is responsible to make you feel better. I love you. I know that this is weird because it's someone I know. There are so many people that love you and willing to hang out and help and all that stuff and help you maybe see somebody or get some help. This is an intense one. I feel like.
You know this person, so
I'm a little, but ultimately it's up to you to either get help and make yourself happy because no one else is gonna do it. No one's gonna make me happy. No one's gonna make you happy. Your husband, he's worthless.
Honestly, can I say this? So maybe I shouldn't get too intense and serious on this, but
I've never met her husband. Just throwing that out there.
Well, my family, for the most part, sucks. My best friends live in a different state. I feel alone all the time. We all feel alone. I feel like everybody hates me, but I think the reason I just don't give a shit anymore, and this might sound negative, but nothing is that serious. We're all gonna die. So even my husband he's great. I got a good one, but we're all gonna die alone still. He could leave tomorrow.
He could die tomorrow.
Yeah, I still have to be okay. And so you just can't get your self-worth from other people. You just have to stop giving a fuck and understand that nothing matters. I don't know if this is great advice for people because people think that's negative, but it makes me happy to think nothing's that big of a deal.
I like it too. Nothing. I literally have it tattooed on my back like a idiot. But nothing matters ever. And also, you're gonna get through whatever you're going through because you have to. You don't have a fucking choice. That's it. That's whatever the bad is that's happening, it's going to end because it has to. Whatever the good shit's happening, that's also going to end. But
the good stuff is good. So let's also talk about the good. You're skateboarding. That's awesome. I wish
comedy.
I could skateboard.
He's also a good comic. He's actually, so it's also weird that a comic's calling in. I appreciate all the calls, but so it's also knowing the comic struggle in general, you're a comic. You're funny. He's a funny comic that people enjoy. He's not like an unbookable comic or anything. This is a guy who gets booked and is a funny guy. But he really gets down on himself. And
but even the comics that people love, and this is actually helpful for me, people I consider heroes.
Me mostly
are Andrew, and no. The people I consider heroes, and you consider heroes.
You consider me two heroes?
Yeah, you kind of are the size of two heroes.
I set myself up.
You did set yourself up for that one. But the people I consider heroes also, I just was listening to someone who I think is one of the best comics living, talking about how he just ate it and just complete rejection at a gig. And so, even the people you love, they all go through it, and you can't get your self-worth from other people.
Who's the comic?
Joe List.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's amazing.
He's great, but he's also he's a head case too. But we all are. I'm not saying this isn't. He's not going to listen to this.
And by the way, sir, you're also drinking water. Good for you. Keep drinking water.
I thought that was a funny thing to add.
I'm
cleaning
hilarious.
my house. I'm drinking water. We all drink water. Maybe make a little bit more of an effort for your mental health than the water.
Satanists have to drink water.
Everyone drinks water. Everyone poops. Everyone drinks
poops.
water. And most people eat ass.
Yeah, nothing matters,
say that
and that's
forever.
beautiful.
But I think you're fine. I think you're gonna be fine. I think it's just get out of your head, get out of your fucking brain, and
We love you.
and just enjoy the skateboarding. Good skateboarder, good fucking comic, good dude. You are loved. Doesn't feel like it. No one ever does. I always think my best friends hate me, and they don't. They just don't think about me. And and that's all that is. None of us think about it anymore. We're all selfish people, especially if you're doing comedy. So we're all selfish. We try our best not to be, but ultimately we are stuck in our own fucking heads all the time. So I've been down that rabbit hole. I just don't say it out loud like you do. And so my advice is just keep moving on. You'll be fine. If you need help, you got me. You got other friends that truly would love to help. But you also have to do things to help yourself.
Yeah.
No one's going to make you happy. I can't make you happy. There's nothing I can do to make you happy. I can make you happy for 30 minutes if I blow you, but that's it. Like there's nothing I can do to make you truly happy.
Are you good at that?
Yeah, I got a good mouth.
Yeah. Have some experience with it. God, no, I walked into that one.
I know. That's
Ugh.
a good one.
Be silly, drink water.
Or put whiskey in that water. Maybe don't do that.
Or do.
That's
It's
what I do.
okay.
I don't know. I'm a whiskey guy.
Not to excess.
I have a whiskey when I wake up. I have a whiskey at breakfast. I have a whiskey at lunch.
That's a
I don't have any whiskeys. Just when I do this podcast nowadays. Taking it easy. But yeah, I think that's it. Get help. Help yourself as much as you can, and then and don't stress the small shit. Man, I sound like I kind of feel like Frasier. Remember Frasier?
I mean, I hated
Don't know
I
what to
hated
do with all
Frasier.
the salad and scrambled eggs. I'm calling again. Good night, Seattle.
Good night, Seattle.
That was pretty good, right?
I feel like it was good.
For not seeing that show in 18 years, I feel like that was spot on.
It was beautiful. It was a masterpiece.
Thanks. I appreciate it. What do you do when you're down like that? When you're like, because I think I get down like that, and every once in a while I turn to the booze, and kind of go on like a 5-day bender of like just partying and drinking with my friends, and that never really helps. And then I try to spend some time with my kids. I don't really know what Coming makes me feel better, but not for long.
Yeah, it was like sometimes it does like Thursday and Friday comedy made me feel amazing. Saturday comedy made me feel like I wanted to kill myself. So like,
Oh, did you think I said comedy?
I thought you said comedy. What'd you say?
Totally said coming.
Oh.
That's funny.
That
Yeah,
shows
comedy makes me feel better
That
too.
shows where my head is.
But but comedy does make me feel better all the time.
Yeah, I
Even
mean-
when I bomb, I find it so therapeutic.
Okay, I mean, if you're so like zen, it takes a minute for me.
I'm not zen.
You're also further along in it.
I get off stage after a bomb and I'm like, what the fuck was that? I'm pissed and whatever. And then an hour later, I look back after I've like done another set or something like that. And I had a good set. I'm like, hell yeah. And then I remember that bad set and I'm like, yeah, that kind of made sense. And I liked it and I know why it happened. Or in my head, I have reasons and I've figured it out and it's like a puzzle and
I think that what makes me feel the best is like not looking at things big picture, like just focusing on the little moments that make me happy and that nobody can take away. Like after you and I leave here, I'm going home. I'm gonna just put
Kill
my
herself.
dog Little Spoon right here. He fits perfectly. I'm just gonna like squeeze him and nobody can take that away from me. It's the best.
I'm starting to do stuff like The Office where I look at the camera and go. I'm working camera angles now. I'm getting used to the camera.
I don't know which is my good angle. I feel like maybe we should. We can't switch, but I feel
We
like
could
maybe
try switching. I've thought about that. I feel like this
which
is a
side
good.
is.
I would almost feel weird at this point, though. Don't you think?
Yeah, this does feel right.
Yeah. Maybe next episode we'll switch it up. for the beginning, and then we'll switch it back. Oh,
Yeah, it'll be
maybe we'll like it.
It'll be an exciting
I
cliffhanger.
will say that my leg hurts from being crossed this way. I'm old.
Just switch it to the other.
I do, but then that's a lot of work.
We really have gotten sidetracked from the what makes us
Yeah.
feel good, but just, just focus on skateboarding and water and being silly. And I feel like
Doing
that's
comedy. That's it. You're in Austin, Texas, baby.
nothing's
Enjoy
a
your
big
life.
deal
Nothing's a big deal. We're all gonna die.
for sure.
And I think that should be the lesson of this episode. We're all going to die soon. Before all of us.
Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding. Please cut that. Well, you can beep it. And also, sorry.
I feel like he'll appreciate it,
yeah,
right?
I think he'll enjoy that
If he's
joke.
a comic.
Well, first of all, we should bring up the fact that we're doing a show pretty soon. It's starting
Oh, yeah.
every Tuesday at Boondocks, 1417 Westheimer here in Houston, Texas. Every single Tuesday at 10 p.m. It'll be us and then some of the best comics from out of town, in town, mostly in town, but in one of my favorite bars in the whole world, which I'm sure you haven't heard them yet, but I got stories coming from this place. It's a treasure chest of podcasting. It's gonna be beautiful. That's probably the worst job I ever had if I'm really breaking it down. But every Tuesday, 10 p.m., we're just starting them now, so you can come check them out. They're absolutely free. If you guys want to donate, we'll put out a little bucket or some shit like that. All that money will go to the comics. It'll be cool. But we're just really hanging out, and we're gonna have a good time. If you want to bring us, if you're too scared to call and leave a voicemail, you want to hand us a note. You want to tell us about a problem. Come out and just tell us about a problem, or hand us a note, or we're going to leave cards with the phone number out all over the bar. You'll be able to call in. You can text in. It's going to be cool. We're really trying to get involved with you guys as much as you guys want to get involved with us. And so I'm very excited about that. And also just to be doing a show with my friend here, Jamie.
Yeah, don't waste another day just sitting at home watching Netflix. Get out there, live your life, try something new in the city. Boondocks. Come watch the show.
Cheapest drinks in town.
It's gonna be fun. You're gonna have an experience. You might meet the love of your life.
If the love of your life is a trash can, you will meet that
At Boondocks
person.
for sure.
For sure. I love that. That's my. Did you ever do comedy there?
Yeah, get weird.
Did you ever do comedy at that bar?
I went and did the open mic after another mic super late one night, and I don't fully remember what I said or did.
That checks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love that. I love that place. You guys should love it too. I worked there for years. I've had sex all over that bar. If you've seen a spot in that bar,
We
I've had
want them
sex there.
to come to Boondocks. So
Come at Boondocks.
Come
That's
at
what-
Boondocks.
No, I've never had sex before. But please come out. It's a wonderful place. Wonderful shows. Great comics. We'll both be there. Say hi. Do all the bullshit. We've been talking about this way too long. But it is time for us to wrap it up. So where can people find you? You got any shows coming up? It's in March now.
Yeah. So, I mean, the best way to do it is just follow me on Instagram. That's the main place I post at the Jamie Rowan, TheJamieRowan. That was hard to get
So
out.
many. And me at No Youngblood on all the social media. Also, AndrewYoungblood.com for tickets. I've got so many shows coming up. I can't even talk about them all. The only ones I do want to talk about is go to my website. I'm headlining at U of H. I think March. This might even, I don't know. Just check the website. And then I'm back in Hawaii in April, and my tickets will be up there. Please come out to see me and Zod. We're co-headlining. If you know me, you probably know him. But he's a killer, and it's going to be awesome. And just come hang out with us in Hawaii. And that's it. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.